Hi, good morning, folks. So, what are we doing next? We are doing mother sauce. So, in this chapter, I'm going to tell you what is the mother sauce all about. So, let's start. So, when we make mother sauce, there are two classification of mother sauce that we can divide mother sauce into. One would be a roux-based mother sauce, and second would be a egg-based. So they are basically the mother sauce are divided into two categories. One category of mother sauce are made by using roux, and the other category of mother sauce are made by using eggs. So let's see what comes under the category of roux based. So we have our first sauce, that's bechamel, velouté, espagnole, and tomato. So these are four mother sauce which comes under the category of roux based mother sauce. Under the egg base comes mayonnaise and hollandaise. So this is the classification of mother sauce. We have roux based mother sauce and we have egg based mother sauce. Let's go further. What is a roux? Roux is an equal quantity of flour and butter which is cooked together on a very low heat to achieve a desirable color. Now basically there are three varieties of roux that we can make, and the different variety of roux has different purpose to solve. The first is a white roux. So why do I need a white roux? First of all, I need a white roux to make white sauce because the color of the white roux is white. Then we have blonde roux. What can I do with blonde roux? I can make veloutés with blonde roux. And then the third variety is brown roux. Now why do I need a brown roux? I need a brown roux to make brown sauce. So how much time it takes to make a white roux? It takes around 3 to 4 minutes to make a white roux. And when you're cooking butter and flour together and you're making a white roux, it gives you aroma. Aroma of what? Like something you're baking. You're baking a bread. So the aroma which comes out while making white roux is of a baking bread. It is very important that we cook the flour, otherwise the flour has a very raw smell which you don't like in the food. So to cook it properly so that the aroma comes out of something which is close to baking a bread, I will achieve my white roux. The blonde roux takes generally 4 to 6 minutes to cook, and it has a very nutty aroma. Like if you're roasting nuts, the aroma which comes out is of nutty aroma. Then I have the brown roux, which has a very deep roasting aroma. The color of the brown roux would of course be brown color. Now thickening power of roux depends on the degree of flour that I've cooked. So in white roux, it will have a very good thickening power. Blonde roux will have lesser thickening power. And the brown roux will have the least thickening power. Why? Because the flour is getting cooked and it's losing the thickening power of the flour. Okay, so when I say sauce, sauce is basically divided into two categories, which is thickener and liquid. Any sauce you take, the mother sauce, they will be divided into two categories. One is a thickener in a sauce and the other is the liquid in the sauce. So if I'll take the first sauce, which is bechamel sauce. By the way, bechamel is named after a chef. His name was Louis de Bechamel, and he was serving King Henry from France. So one day he was practicing something in the kitchen, how to eat codfish. And by fluke, we don't know what exactly the story is, but he somehow invented this sauce and he presented this to the chef, to the king, and the king liked it so much that he named it after the chef. So since then it is called bechamel sauce. So if I'm making bechamel sauce, my thickener would be a white roux and my liquid would be a milk. So when I mix the white roux with the milk and start to stir it, the white roux will start to give its power for thickening to the milk, and I'll have something which is called as bechamel sauce. Velouté. English word for velouté would be silky or velvety. So when I'll come to the thickening power of velouté is what? Is a blonde roux. And what I'm using as a liquid is a white stock. Now velouté is a very interesting sauce. If I replace my stock with chicken stock, I will have a chicken velouté. If I will use fish stock, I'll have a fish velouté. If I'll use beef stock, I will have beef velouté. So whatever stock I'm using with will have a sauce named after the stock. And what is the thickening power, thickening agent in velouté? It is blonde roux. Let's see the third category of sauce, which is espagnole. The thickening agent in this is a brown roux, and the liquid is a brown stock. So it's very simple, right? The other name for espagnole is brown sauce. So if I'm making a brown sauce, what do I need for thickening? Is a brown roux, and for liquid, I need brown stock. Tomato sauce. Now this is a French tomato sauce which is now randomly made. We don't rarely make nowadays. Nobody is making French style of tomato sauce. Everybody is making Italian tomato sauce. Now let's see what is the thickening agent. Few people add tomato puree, few people add roux in this for thickening, and the liquid is chicken stock. So till now we have covered all the four sauces which are roux based. Now let's see the other sauce which are egg based. So the first would be mayonnaise. So in mayonnaise, the thickening agent would be egg yolk and the liquid would be olive oil. In one egg, I take 125 ml of oil. So this is also an example of emulsification in which I'm emulsifying the egg yolk and oil. Mayonnaise is also known as a cold sauce, generally served with sandwiches, burgers, and as a dipping sauce with fried fish. The last is hollandaise, also known as warm sauce. This is an example of emulsification of egg yolk along with clarified butter. So the thickener in hollandaise is egg yolk and the liquid is clarified butter. We also call hollandaise as warm sauce or Dutch sauce. So this was about your sauce. I hope you liked the video.